Welcome, everyone. Thanks for the introduction. I'm very happy to be presenting today. I currently work at NEO A&M College in our Centre for Innovative Teaching and Learning, where my focus is on student success for our online students. I've spent the past decade working in the virtual space with learners of all ages. This was especially interesting during COVID, having to retrofit health programming for elderly patients. I enjoy adapting curriculum and resources for use online, providing the same quality of experience and opportunities for those who participate in person. Okay, so let's jump in and talk a bit about retrofitting. If you were listening to Adam's presentation earlier, I'm going to watch out for those pesky acronyms. So let's just clarify the presentation title before we go any further. A retrofitting basics with UDL in mind. So today's presentation is about how we can use Universal Design for Learning principles, UDL, and artificial intelligence tools, AI, to retrofit existing online courses using the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, WCAG, to meet accessibility standards and support all of our learners. I just want to preface that when I refer to AI tools, I'm referring to ways in which they can support us in creation and modification of accessible content, not replace accessibility checkers or human review. Much of the technology behind digital content modification and creation is AI-based, think Grammarly, as some of the accessibility checking wizards. We're going to explore some practical applications, tips, tools, and step-by-step strategies to make this process a bit more manageable for you. So our objectives today, we are going to look at some useful small steps to help us on this journey to make our content more accessible. We'll learn a little bit about UDL so that you have the knowledge to explore it more on the CAST website after the presentation. We will look at some free tools that can help us with retrofitting and provide some examples of some actionable steps to get us started. So to start off, accessibility isn't just about meeting the legal requirements, although as we know, that is really important. It's about creating an environment where every student can succeed. This benefits all of our learners, not just those with disabilities, while improving our learning outcomes and our engagement. So let's take a look at some of the challenges that many of us have. The idea of retrofitting your courses, it can feel overwhelming. I know I feel overwhelmed sometimes, and I do it quite often. Due to time constraints or lack of familiarity with the tools needed, or even just where to start in identifying any issues. The good news is that you don't have to do it all at once, and we're going to talk about how UDL and some simple AI tools can make that process more manageable. So where do we start and how can we achieve creating an environment where every student can succeed? First, let's talk about Universal Design for Learning. UDL is a set of principles and about breaking down barriers to support students in their learning. For example, some students might prefer watching a video or listening to audio, while others need a text-based option. And UDL encourages offering multiple options so that everyone can engage with the material in the way that works best for them. It includes engagement with multiple ways to motivate and involve your students, multiple means of representation where we present our information in diverse formats, and then action and expression, allowing students to demonstrate their learning in varied ways. So let's take a look at some easy ways you can get started with using UDL in your course. Easy places to start could include allowing your students the option to create video responses to discussion board posts. As an instructor, you could record a video introduction to add to your course homepage or to each module to make your course more interactive. For content, this could mean adding transcripts and captions to any video content in your course or providing an optional audiobook for the required text. Now, let's take a look at the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. Again, Adam provided a deeper dive here with regards to WCAG guidelines in his presentation. On a basic level, the guidelines are organised under 4 principles and ensure that web content can be easily understood and accessed by individuals with disabilities. This includes providing alt text for images, ensuring keyboard accessibility, using clear and consistent navigation, and designing content with appropriate color contrast and font that can be easily resized without losing its functionality. Let's take a look at some easy ways you can get started with ensuring accessibility in your course. If you're using icons for navigation or instructions, make sure the color alone doesn't convey the meaning. Add numbers or text for optional guidance. Also, you can add different shape icons. Touching on what Adam mentioned earlier is the importance of using heading levels in documents. When creating text documents for your course, try starting with the style and headings. Creating a document this way allows for the screen reader to follow it in the correct order. And this also makes it much better if you are converting your Word document into a PDF to have it correct from the start. If you have images in your course or documents, be sure to add alt text if the image has meaning. If there is no meaning to convey, you can mark it as decorative. For videos, you can add or make sure the closed captions are correct and also add a transcript of the video or audio. And these will be addressed in more detail later in our how-to media session. So let's look at the role of AI in retrofitting. There are several AI tools that can act as your assistant, pointing out issues and suggesting solutions. This includes the built-in accessibility checkers within your LMS or Microsoft Word. These ones are the most important, but there are definitely some other tools that we are going to look at that can be super helpful in the retrofitting process. So just think of them as your guide that helps you make your course more accessible without requiring deep technical knowledge. They can speed up identifying issues and help simplify your fixes. But that is to say that it doesn't take away the human check-in and using your accessibility checkers. So that AI intro may have felt overwhelming to some of you if you haven't used it before. So let's just have a look at a few examples that can help you get started. We will talk more about specific tools on the next slide. You could create a quiz for your class or adapt a quiz for an individual student using an AI tool such as Perplexity. You can create closed captions or generate transcripts for a video used in your course using YouTube Studio. We still want to check these with a human review afterwards. You can create a rubric or a study guide for your students using Perplexity. So let's go over and look at some of the tools and the practical applications and what they help with. In addition to the accessibility checkers within your LMS and with Word and other platforms, there are some other really useful tools out there. AI can scan your materials for visual issues like poor text contrast, missing alt text on images, and improper headings. The Wave Web Accessibility Evaluation tool, Wave, can check the content using a page link. Tools like Otter AI or YouTube Studio can automatically generate captions for your videos. Screen reader optimization tools like Andy ensure students using assistive devices can navigate your course with ease. We have adaptive learning tools. They can offer customized content to students based on their progress. Magic School and Perplexity are great for adapting quizzes and assignments. And all of the tool links that we're talking about are going to be included in the resource slide for you to explore after. So think of retrofitting as a journey and not just a one-time task. Start small by fixing the most pressing issues and then build from there. LMS accessibility checkers can help you spot problems with your course content, and some can track your progress. Combined with using other free tools we discussed, you will be well on your way to creating accessible and engaging course content. So just to wrap up, retrofitting isn't just about meeting standards, it's about creating an environment where all students can succeed. The benefits extend way beyond individual learners to create a stronger, more inclusive community. So I know that was a whirlwind review of retrofitting. So these resources will be your toolkit as you work through some of these ideas. Start with the WCAG guidelines and the UDL principles to understand what's required, and then explore some of the free AI tools to support you in your progress and help with retrofitting your curriculum and your content. thank you very much. We'll be looking at some of the questions in the chat, and feel free to reach out to me, natasha.brand@neo.edu. I'd be happy to answer any questions in more detail. Thank you.